Howdy folks, it's Diecast Buffet here again, and it's time for another NASCAR Thunder 2003 video. Here we are at North Carolina Speedway, the Subway 400, race 2 out of 36. So if you remember last episode, we went to Daytona and we had a miserable race. Finished about mid-pack, and it was not fun. We'll be running the Super Guard Sitco Ford. We'll be running that here at North Carolina. Let's get a quick points update. We are 21st in points. And then, of course, Sterling Marlin is, well, out there in front after winning the Daytona 500. Let's go ahead and head to the Rock. Alright folks, so we qualified at 12th here at Rockingham. Let's go give it a shot, guys. Let's go give it a shot.
We're in Rockingham, North Carolina, home of the North Carolina Speedway for today's race, the Subway 400. What can you tell us about this track, Barney?
Well, this track is deceiving to drivers who are new here. It's wide and fast in most places, but in the corners, they'll have to slow up more than they expect. Otherwise, the wall will sneak up and bite them on the exit, especially in turn 2.
With over 25 seasons under his belt, Ricky Rudd is NASCAR's most
Well, there's last year's winner in the fall, at least. I don't remember who won it early on. It might have been Tony Stewart.
Since then, he's been in the top 10 in points more often than not, and he's still at the top of his game.
Mark Martin had an amazing streak of 12 consecutive years in the top 10 in points, snapped in 2001.
Mark Martin has been a model of consistency since he hooked up with Roush Racing. He qualifies well, he finishes well, and everyone out there on the racetrack respects his skill behind the wheel.
Rusty Wallace was the 1989 Winston Cup champion in one of the closest point races in NASCAR history.
Well, that was a pretty exciting weekend in Atlanta. Earnhardt dominated and won the race, but Rusty battled to a 15th place finish. That was good enough to edge the Intimidator by 12 points.
Engines are fired. It's Jimmy Johnson on the front row alongside last year's, or actually both of these guys were rookies last year, Ryan Newman. It's not 2002 anymore. It is 2003. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's about to get exciting. The goal for this race is a top 10. That's what I'm shooting for, guys. That's what I'm going to go with. Here we go. I do apologize if the quality is bad. I am testing out new quality stuff. There we go. Just trying to get the car to kind of land a little bit. We did some adjustments, some last minute adjustments to the race car before we rolled out to the racetrack. I don't know how good they're going to be. But we were really good here last year, guys. We really were. Ricky Rudd won the fall race, but we were leading, I think, within 5 laps to go. And we had a pit. So, we definitely have a race-winning car. We just have to go out here and just earn it, guys. We're just going to find our groove and earn it. It's a new season. You know, last year we dominated, Roush dominated, but I don't feel like it's going to be Roush's year. You know, last year was our year. We won the championship, or not our team, but the entire organization. We're just going to go out here and just do what we can. Again, a top 10 is what we want. We need to stay on par with Sterling Marlin. It's so important. If you want to win the championship in this game, you have to absolutely finish top 5 almost every god blessed race. The leaders just don't wreck. I mean, you have to be perfect. And like in Thunder 2004, Tony Stewart and Dale Jr. are just on rails. In this game, Sterling Marlin, Dale Jarrett, and pretty much those type of drivers. You think Jeff Gordon would be? No, really not really the case. At least what I've noticed. We're in lap 5. It's a 39-lap race, which means we're gonna have a pretty fair green flag run, not just your usual just 10 lap runs that you would see at Atlanta or something. No, we'll be having a 10 extra laps, so to speak, 20 laps each. There's last year's winner in the fall, Ricky Rudd on the outside in the Havoline Ford. Man, oh man, is Sterling Marlin gone, and we're digging deep trying to get around the Havoline Ford Taurus. Ooh, little contact there. The problem with this racetrack, or at least the car, is when you land in the corners, your car washes up, which is really bad. It does the same thing at Texas Motor Speedway. When you land in the corner, your car does not sit well, and it just kind of rides up, and you have to jump out of the throttle, but jump back in it to catch it, which is really cool because this is characteristics that I think actually took place on the racetracks, and I think that's why they added them. What it probably is trying to do, or EA was trying to do, is try to represent a bump, which I think is really cool because this is something you don't see in, you know, modern NASCAR, or not modern, but present-day NASCAR games. We're slowly chipping away. I mean, a top 5 would be stupendous, but we all know how the pit stops work. The AIs get faster on the second run, so I'm not holding my breath right now. Again, I do apologize if the quality's bad. I'm testing out the new tools right now, so just bear with me, guys. We're in 7th place. Oh boy, oh boy. Gonna cover the inside. So we're going to probably see a few, I would say, unexpected guys up here on the top half of these races. We will see a few fantasy drivers, as some drivers are retired, so that's good. You know, we're getting some new guys in the field, which is something new NASCAR games definitely lack. It's always just, oh, you know, the same driver every team, every year, blah, blah, blah. No, they need to have a true free agency type of system, and that's what this game has. I mean, it's almost perfect. This is my favorite NASCAR game, so. But that's because of, you know, nostalgic, you know, personal connection. The best overall NASCAR game was Thunder 04 because its career mode was even deeper than this one. But my personal favorite was this one. There we go, ride the outside. Okay, the 9 car ain't gonna get a run. Here's our fellow Roush Katir, Greg Biffle, you know, showing a little speed today at Rockingham. You know, I still feel like I'm running 5th right now because I see those cars ahead of me and I'm like, man, I'm in 5th place. Not so fast. Sterling Marlin's already about to exit turns 1 and 2. I think it's Marlin. I don't know. I'll check after this corner because if you check it while you're in the middle of the corner, your car will crash the wall. Let me see. Yes, it is Sterling Marlin trying to go back to back. And I do know the audio is a little behind, so I do apologize for that. I'm trying new methods right now to record this, so again, I do apologize. Like I said, I've been trying new methods, and it's really hard to test these things and record at the same time. So, because like I've been trying, you know, short videos, trying to see how I can get everything to work, but sometimes these settings and stuff, new issues will emerge the longer you record, so that's why I'm doing this. I'm trying to get the highest resolution I can get, the highest quality picture, and that's what I'm trying to get. Last week's race at Daytona was on terrible graphics. Sorry about that crash there, or bumping the wall. It was on terrible graphics, and I do apologize for the resolution on that one. I had something toggled off. So when I was recording it, I was recording at a very bad resolution, essentially, and that's why everything was really choppy. I mean, I'll still have it uploaded, but I'm not. You know, I can't go back and redo it. I already saved it. If I would have known, I would have went back and redid it. Because I mean, hey, I need a better position. I would love to have a better, you know, finishing position, but I I saved it after I ran it, so I pretty much had to upload it, so I do apologize for it. Anyways, it's lap 17 out of 99. We're going to go ahead and pit. We don't want to lose any more time than we are. 4 tires, no damage repair, and we're going to go ahead and loosen up the car. And we're going to go ahead and drop the air pressure to get a little bit more acceleration out of this car. Oh boy. So we're going to lose a little time probably here on pit road. Probably be a 16.5 pit stop. But the audio is behind a little bit, and I'm trying to correct that. So again, I do apologize. This is a trial and error, system, guys. So bear with me, please. Oh, 15.5. That's a really good pit stop. I'll take it. I've seen some of these guys have just miserable pit stops. Oh, that's a pretty solid one. Let me change up my heads-up display. I like this one better. Ooh! Almost hit that pit road wall. Alright, so we're 31st. If we can just run around the field a little bit, barring caution, we'll be back into the top 10. Should be. I mean, that's the goal, the top 10. We don't have winning speed because Sterling Marlin is setting the pace here in Rockingham, and it really looks like he's going to have a pretty good run. The Winston Cup guys are heading off pit road. There's Ricky Rudd, last year's winner. I forget who won the spring race. My best guess is Tony Stewart. Actually, no, change my mind. Let's see. I don't know, Tony Stewart really didn't do that good last year, but he did win a few races, so maybe it was Tony Stewart. I don't know. I don't know, guys. If y'all want to check that out, you can. I have a playlist on the channel that has all the videos. Just scroll to like the 3rd one, because the first video was the duels, and then the second one, obviously the 500, and the 3rd one was, yeah. You get what I'm trying to say. Anywho, leaders on pit road. Ricky Rudd's running us down on the fresh Goodyears. He's got a pretty fast hot rod. 14th, 13th, and looks like Dale Jarrett's going to be right ahead of us. I don't know if we're going to get any more position, so if this is the case, we did lose about 5 spots. Unless we can gain them back here. I don't know. Did we gain anything? Did we lose anything, guys? 5th place. Top 10 right now. Oh, gonna cut Ricky off there. Okay, so Jarrett is for the top 5. I want the top 5. No, I am not going to give Ricky any room. I'm going to push this cart as hard as I can to get around Dale Jarrett. I'll tell you that, though. This year, we're not taking prisoners. We're going for it. I'm going to be more aggressive this year. Last year when we went to this racetrack, we had a miserable finish because I didn't have assists on, and I could not handle the race car at all. So I'm going to be more aggressive this year and try my hardest. I'm trying to dive bomb the corners as hard as I can, but Jarrett's Ford is just fast, guys. He's fast. I just don't think I'll have enough for him. I'm overdriving the corner. The car is still way too tight, and Ricky Rudd's about to capitalize. Now we're too wide. Oh, dang it. Come on, man. Ain't gonna be no more pit stops, so we got what we got. And Ricky Rudd's gonna go on by. So looks like the top 5 is gonna go away for us. Unless someone has an engine failure, and I didn't mean... Oh. Okay, well that worked. I was just trying to get underneath them, but I didn't really want to make contact, but no, that works. Like the car, it has a bump, and you heard that there. It has a bump it has to get over when it enters the corner, and I think that's really cool how EA added that, you know. Once again, the newer NASCAR games don't have these little details right there, and that really, in my opinion, makes NASCAR racing fun, is the detail like that. Because you watch the guys, like if you imagine yourself in 2002, 2003, watching, you know, the practice or even the NASCAR race itself, and you see the announcers and the crew chiefs and all of them, the drivers talking about, oh, you have this bump here on the racetrack, you know, we're having to tune our car for it, you know, it grinds a splitter. etc. Where you get to kind of live that a little bit. You kind of get to experience that in the game, and I think that's really cool. It's something, you know, I really like, is when you can watch a broadcast of a NASCAR race and replicate that in the NASCAR game. You know, it's pretty cool. So Dale Jarrett's gone, I'll tell you that. He is gone. He is driven away from the Sitco Ford, but we're looking to get our first top 10 of the year. We got Tony Stewart, who's heating up Ricky Rudd. His Pontiac, he is hot dogging. We still got about 10 laps to go, and the Joe Gibbs guys are about to pass some Fords. Looks like Stewart has a little damage there. I wonder how that happened. Oh boy. We just got to keep digging, guys. That's all we can do. Just keep digging. I see you, Tony. So the car is not landing, dude. Oh my goodness, we don't have corner entry, and we're about to lose a bunch. Man, come on, let's get around Ricky. Slide job. There we go. I'm gonna have to put on a blocking show essentially, keep these cats around me, but I just don't have corner entry, guys. I just don't have it. The car can't land. And when you can't land, you can't set the throttle. When you can't set the throttle, you can't set the exit. And that's what's really affecting us right now. We can't get the run we need to be able to make some sort of shot at Dale Jarrett. Oh, there's Tony there. Didn't you know? I was expecting him on the inside, but I didn't expect him to be right there. It's going to be pretty much a blocking show, but on the bright side, no matter if these three cars get around us, we're still looking for a top 10. So I still want to keep these guys behind me, though. I don't want to let them go, because these are valuable points. We didn't lead a lap, though, so we missed out on 5 points there. Let's check the leader. Sterling Marlin's out front, so he's going to get bonus points. He's going to get, what, 15 extra points, I think. I think it's 10 points for leading the most laps and 5 points for leading one lap. I don't know, something like that. He's going to get a lot of points. And if he wins the race, he'll come home on a max points day, which is absolutely the one thing none of us want. Sterling Marlin almost won the championship last year, and he barely lost it. I think that, honestly, the Texas Roval, I think, lost the championship. And if you're new around here, I do have a custom schedule for this season playthrough. We have 2 new road courses on the schedule. The schedule is the same as the first season, but on the July Daytona weekend, we have the Pepsi 400, which is on like the Saturday night, but we have the Daytona road course earlier that week. So it's like an event thing. It's like kind of like a Speed Weeks event or an All-Star Weekend event. So we have that, and then the last, one of the last weekends of the year, when we go to Texas in the fall, we have the Texas road course early that week, and then on Sunday we have the big Texas race. So we do have essentially 3 doubleheader weekends, because you have 2 in Daytona, you have Speed Weeks in Daytona, then we go back in July, and then we have another doubleheader, and then and at Texas in the fall, we have our last doubleheader of the season. Well, in Daytona, in the July, we have a 3-race wildcard stretch that has Sonoma, Daytona Road Course, and then the Pepsi 400. That right there is probably the coolest part of the schedule, in my opinion. And the laps are winding down, and somehow me talking is kind of actually helped me find a groove. But we are very low on fuel, but we're going to be good. We are very low because the last notification you get says fuel tank almost empty. And just on the safe side, I'll feather the throttle a little bit since we do have a little bit of ground to give up. I think the issue with our corner entry was we were just on the throttle when we hit the bump, and when it did that, it pushed the car up even higher. Looks like Sterling Marlin just took the checkered flag of the Subway 400, his 2nd Winston Cup win this season. We're going to come home 6th in the Sitco Ford. that was a, you know, that the best way to describe that day at Rockingham for us was a scrappy day. Hendrick Motorsports represented, Joe Gibbs Racing represented, but we had to go out there and represent Roush, guys. We had to, and I think we accomplished it possibly. So let's see how much points this guy's going to get. So we're going to get 155 points. Sterling Martin's going to get the 175, so yeah, you do get 5 for leading the most laps and 5 for leading a lap. Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, they're going to both get a solid finish there. But yeah, definitely we were the lone Roush-Keteer in the top 10. Roush, let's see, yeah, Roush, the second Roush driver got 13th. We got in the top 10. I don't know what happened to Greg Biffle. What happened to Greg Biffle? Wasn't he up there? Oh no. Oh, wow. Wow, guys. So Greg Biffle starts 5th at Rockingham, and not even halfway he blows the engine and he's out. I mean, what is the odds of that, guys? What is the odds of that? And that concludes the Subway 400 in episode 2 of this Let's Play. So, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new around here, please smash that subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you have a great one. And Diecast Buffet, signing out.